Hello and welcome to ACOTAR Drams. I am Megan and today we are making a cocktail inspired by Feyre from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. We're making a spicy prickly pear margarita for a certain event that takes place in a court of wings and ruin. So I don't want to get into spoilers. But this is called Feyre's self-acceptance. I feel like that is enough generalness to not mess it up for anyone. So if you're like me, you always forget to salt the rim of your glass because you have other things in mind. So I'm going to start there. All right, so what you're gonna need is some salt. What I really like to use is a spicy salt for this margarita. I have a sriracha salt that my sister got me. So we're gonna put some in there. And then you're going to go ahead and half your lime. All right, and so what I usually do for my margaritas, I don't want a fully salted rim, and so I'm going to only do part of it. And so I'm going to rub the lime juice there, and then get it to stick where it will. Just like that. And then we're gonna set that aside. All right, to start making your cocktail, you're gonna need a shaker and some tequila. I may need to supplement with another tequila. I have some extra on hand. It's almost out. So I make this to fit my glass. If you have a smaller glass, if you don't want so much, then you can use the same ratios. Just cut it down a little bit. So I'm going to take this, it's going to be 3 ounces. This top portion of the jigger is 1.5 ounces. I'm going to fill it twice. Finish with an añejo. You can also use a silver tequila if you would like. And there's going to be 1.5 ounces or 1 jigger of triple sec. So a lot of margaritas, they're going to call for agave. What I do instead for this margarita in particular is a prickly pear syrup. So I'm going to use an ounce of prickly pear syrup. If you live in an area that prickly pears are available, you can also make your own. It's fairly easy, but this is really good and I don't have to deal with any of the spines to take off and all the assortment. So we're going to use an ounce of prickly pear syrup. Go ahead and get the limes in here. I'll forget it. And something that I did not know originally, whenever you're using one of these, you actually put your lime upside down and then squeeze. For the longest time I was using it incorrectly, and then my husband was like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. And then to get a little extra lime juice in there, I always put both ends in there and then squeeze it even more. All right. Now the jalapeno, I'm going to take slices of these. I usually do around 4 or 5 slices, depending on how spicy you want it. And then while I'm cutting the jalapeno, I'm going to go ahead and make a garnish. And so what I'm doing is cutting a twist of jalapeno. So I'm just going to start with a little bit of a corner there. And cut around. Once you have one cut, you're going to take a parallel cut to it. All right, to get it out, you then have to cut around the core here. Careful to not cut yourself. So that worked. I actually have 2 spirals here. Oh. There you go. 2 spirals. And so now we need to get the ice. And ice. Right. Now for this, timing doesn't necessarily matter, except you want it to be cold and you'll feel that. All right. And we're gonna get our glass back here. Let's see how pretty it is. I absolutely love this color. And I've made this margarita a lot before, where it's just the prickly pear. And it's really good, but adding the jalapeno, not to toot my own horn, was so good. And I don't know if I'm going to really make just a prickly pear margarita anymore. All right, and then we're going to garnish with our jalapenos. Just like that. That's so good. It's not super spicy. With the jalapeno, you get a lot of freshness. And then the ice, whenever you're shaking it, it's crushing some of the capsaicin with the margarita. It just has a little bit of spice, some freshness, some herbiness, and then you have the prickly pear, which is a nice like sweetness to it. And then the salt. So good. In order to completely talk about this cocktail and why it is the way it is, I'm going to give you a spoiler warning. So if you have not completed a quart of wings and ruin, please pause the video before you go, like and subscribe, save the video, come back, and then you can understand like why I chose certain things. And thank you so much for watching. People that have read the book, you can stay around. Might be enough time. So I thought this cocktail was perfect for Feyre, especially whenever or after she's faced the Ouroboros mirror. And I'm saying that incorrectly, I'm so sorry. I will say it's the mirror from now on because I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong. So whenever she faces the mirror, she has to accept the good and the bad, especially the bad. Essentially, she has to accept herself, thorns and all. Because the prickly pear is a cactus, you have to get past these thorns in order to get to the good fruitiness of the prickly pear. And so I think it's just this perfect complement, and it just stands so much for accepting yourself. And thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. There's a lot coming. I think it'd be perfect if you have book clubs, so make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those that have. To the people who look at the stars and wish, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.